Hey everybody, this is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. You're tuning into. The sounds you're hearing are the sounds of Can't Tell Us Nothing. In the group, in Can't Tell Us Nothing, you get Tandy. You get Amici. You get John.
Oh.
And you get myself, Antoine. Oh. And I don't know, that's the worst sound I feel. But what you're tuned into is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. Can't Tell Us Nothing is an improv group out of Houston, Texas. We make this show to have discussions, share our opinions, topics, and use that to inspire improv scenes on the spot. Let me jump back into the discussion. To inspire us, sometimes we have a special guest. Today's one of those days. On the Zoomcast, we have Erica J. Pierce, author, fitness instructor, life coach, dance instructor. Erica, you got the moves, you got the skills. Tell us more about what you do.
All right, so you hit the main ones on the head. Dancer first and foremost. I've been doing that for about 20 years. Currently I teach partner dances, so that's anything from like salsa, bachata, ballroom, even country. I've been dancing for 20 years on the side, but I made that my career. So I've had an opportunity to do some really cool stuff. I've toured out of college. I went straight on tour around the country. I was a Houston Dynamo dancer at one point. Living in Miami, I used to be a part of a professional salsa team over there. And I've just had a really good time with it. So now I'm teaching people what I've picked up over the years.
Were you born are you from Houston or are you from somewhere else?
I'm originally from Dallas, but I came here for college, went to U of H, and kind of never left or stayed here, became a Houstonian. And then life took me to Miami, stayed there for maybe 5 years, and then I got homesick. I'm a Texas girl, so I came back. So so I've just done dancing. One of my things, I'm a fitness instructor. I taught Zumba for 9 years. I became one of the first brown faces in their advertisements, so that was a big deal for me.
That's amazing. Considering, isn't it like based on Brazilian?
It's
what exactly is Zumba?
Oh, that's
very
it. That's it. Yeah.
So I did that.
For people who don't know, what is Zumba exactly?
Oh, so it's what is it? What do they call it? Their little tagline: a fitness in disguise, or some, like, basically it's dancing, but it's a cardio dance. So it's for people who don't like to go to the gym and do weights, or they can just dance for cardio. And it was mainly, at that time, it was more to Latin rhythms, and now they've kind of evolved to more international sounds and hip hop and all kind of stuff. But that was a lot of fun. They put me in a video game, so I'm in Xbox Connect.
What?
As a little character.
So how did that even happen? Like, how did you were doing Zumba in Houston, right?
Yeah, so I was only teaching for about 9 months, like fresh. And they had a contest, and they said, "Hey, do you want to be a video game star?" And I submitted a video, not really thinking anyone would pay me any attention. And they picked me. So flew out to LA. We filmed it at the same studio that they did Avatar. So I had all the little balls on, and it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
Was that your first time in LA? Had you been to LA before that?
No, I had been there before. As a dancer, you have to go out there and take the classes. So, but no, that was my first time doing something like that.
Incredible.
Just being in that environment, having to put it out there and like in one take. I killed it.
Did it change how did your ego get impacted by that when you came back to Houston? You just got in a video game, you've been taking classes, but now you got this, this breakthrough. Did it change you?
That's a good question. It really didn't affect my ego in that way, like, hey, look at me. It was more like, I'm not trying to do this 9 to 5 stuff. I immediately decided that I wanted to move and do it not permanently, as a career. But
what was your 9 to 5 before that?
It was in insurance.
Insurance?
Fine. I was a claims adjuster. I was the person you talk to when you're in a car accident. So I'm doing that during the day. I'm dancing on the, at night, and then doing the Zumba thing. I was like, I gotta go. So I got a job out in Miami. That's where Zumba headquarters is. So I moved out there, and rode that little 5 minutes of fame.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
From there, came back. What did I do? I became a life coach while I was there.
While you're in Miami.
Yeah.
how that? I don't even know how someone becomes a life coach. How does that even happen?
Yeah. No recollection of why I even decided I wanted to do it, but after a million hours of it, I did.
You went to training for it? Like, are there life coach schools or?
Yep, in the evenings, every evening, a couple hours a day. Yep, and it was maybe a 2-year program.
Oh.
And what exactly is a life coach?
Aha, question.
When would I hire one?
Why would you hire a life coach? So basically, life coaches are going to help you to navigate your life. I know that sounds really vague, but a therapist is going to help you dig down in the past and figure out some of your issues now. A life coach is going to help you deal with or kind of sift through your junk to figure out, if you have a goal, what are you doing to reach your goal? What are you doing that's keeping you from your goal? So if you're trying to plan, I don't know, a move, a new job, should you take it or not? Life coach is going to help you to kind of navigate through it. Okay, what are your pros and cons? What are your weaknesses? And what are your, those kind of things, so you can figure out if it's something that you really need to do, or if it's something that you're doing to hold yourself back from reaching your goals, that kind of thing.
Okay, we cut to a college, a hallway in a college. Hey, Antoine.
Hey.
Look, I don't know if I'm gonna stay in engineering. It's getting boring. Okay, I'm thinking of being a life coach.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
engineering is a great profession. We're still early on. It's gonna get more interesting.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that, I have my strengths lie more in my interpersonal dealings with people. I give really great advice. My friends, when we go to the bars, they're like, hey, should I talk to that girl? And I look over and I go, nah. And then when we leave, they're like, man, that was really great advice. That was really great. So,
why was that great advice? You just said no.
I know.
Look, I know, and there's a big test coming up. I know you're probably nervous about it.
Yeah.
But I think you really should stick with this. I think being a civil engineer, you can change the country, the world.
Hey, which one of us is more prone to be a life coach, you or me? Do people seek your advice?
No.
Right. So I know if I'm pretty good at giving other people advice, then I should be really great at giving myself advice. And myself says, let this go and pursue being a life coach. So I just wanted to offer you my services. Okay.
We got to Antoine talking with his counselor. So Antoine, I've seen your recent engineering test scores, and they're really bad. I mean, you're failing, and if you continue on this, this path, then I don't see you graduating college.
Well, I'm sure I just need to study harder, and I don't know. I'm just kind of torn between things. I
get it. You're feeling a little lost.
I guess so. I've been focusing on engineering for so long, and I was talking to my friend Tandy, and she was saying that maybe there's more out there.
You know Tandy?
Yeah. We take some of the classes together.
Okay, she's my life coach.
What?
Yeah, she's my life coach. She got me through some tough times.
You're a college counselor, and she's a student. How is she your life coach?
Well, I was walking. I went to the vending machine the other day, and I was like, "Do I want a lemonade? Do I want a Coke?" And she steered me in the right direction. I got that Coke, and it was a great decision. I started feeling really good, and I had an excellent week since.
That was your tough time between a lemonade and a Coke. I might be failing college.
What? Yeah, you don't know how much time I waste standing in front of that vending machine. She got me right to the answer that I wanted.
Look, if that's where you're struggling, I don't know if I should be taking advice from you, sir. That's not a big deal. I got a lot on my plate right now. I'm taking 18 hours.
Don't talk to Tandy. She'll set you right.
Let me ask this: has she done anything else for you besides help you pick a beverage, sir?
She held the elevator for me. When I
It's
was
not even advice. That's just a nice gesture. What?
We cut back to the hallway. Well, looks like you're back.
Yeah, in the
What's going on?
hallway of our
Yep.
college.
I
I
know.
passed through here to get to class.
I pick up a lot of business here. I just sit here in the hallway. People are always passing by. Sometimes they're torn between, one thing or another. They're talking out loud, and I just zip right on in to help them.
Tandy,
Kind of like you. You look a little worried. What's going on? How can I help?
I mean, I guess I've been struggling a bit with the engineering class. My studying techniques haven't been working out on my test, and I really don't want to fail this semester. I'm taking on a lot of debt as it is.
I got you. Look, where do you have the most fun? Like in your day when you're off time, where do you have the most fun? The bar, the gym, the movie theater. Where do you have your most fun?
I guess all three of those places actually.
Okay.
I find an equivalent amount of fun.
Okay, well then just go to one of those. Go to a bar and study. All right. Don't go to your room. It's the antithesis. When you're feeling bad or you're feeling like blah, you're not gonna study great. If you get to a bar, man, your friends are there, the music's pumping, you're drinking, you're feeling great. That's the time to study, when you're feeling great.
Tandy, are you still in college?
No, I'm doing pretty good at this. I got a few more hours left of my life coach training, and
You're just gonna hang around the campus.
This is where I get the most work.
Okay.
Just take the advice. Go to a bar. You got the civil engineering final exam coming up. Boom. Study at the bar.
You cut to a bar. Hey, look at this gentleman. You must be one of Tandy's new fresh.
How does everybody know Tandy? Yeah, Tandy gave me some advice to come here and study.
Everything she say, just listen to it, man. She didn't save me out of all 5 of my marriages. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Tandy.
How long has she been giving you advice? I thought she just started up this business. You had 5 marriages you avoided?
Absolutely. I was in marriage with 5 women.
Oh, you were already married?
And it wasn't until I met Tandy that she told me it was illegal. I was taking in all this stress for no reason. And I just got rid of all of them. And I still was able to keep my bar. By the way, you want something to drink, because you're going to need a lot of drink. You see that civil engineering book, you're going to have your head all messed up. You might want to take shots before you start reading.
Wait, hold on. So she just told you it was illegal and that's all you needed to hear?
That's all I need to hear.
It's not necessarily
Don't
advice.
never come around Elroy's bar giving me no free advice. I've been on this campus for 20 years and nobody came in here giving me free advice but Tandy. So I took it.
You had 5 marriages and you run a bar. That's incredible. Yeah, I'll just take a water right now.
Well, as you can see, I don't have anybody else working here. After I divorced my wives, I lost all of my employees as well.
So did it work out for
That's
you
how I
then?
was able to save my bar. I didn't have to pay payroll. That was also Tandy's idea.
Don't you have 5 divorces you have to pay for now?
Look, Tandy told me about a lawyer. I let the lawyer set it up. I don't know what they got going on. I let her help me through the whole thing.
Yeah, I noticed the walls were pretty bare. I can see where things used to be hung up and now they're gone, and a lot of tables and chairs.
Keep giving people drinks, they'll just start imagining things on the wall. It'll be their favorite place to drink at.
But you're happy?
Of course I'm happy.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Listen, I used to be just like you.
A civil engineer?
Civil engineer, studying, flunking, not knowing what I was gonna do, until I met 5 young women that helped me and got me out of that engineering degree and inspired me to work in here, this here bar named Elroy's. And it wasn't until I met Tandy that I found out my calling.
Wait, you met all 5 of them at the same time? I'm sorry, there's a lot going on there.
We come back to Antoine with his counselor. Like, he did even worse on this recent test. You say you were at a bar being talked to by the owner for a while?
He apparently married 5 women at the same time and didn't know it was illegal for years.
Okay.
And I don't know. I couldn't study after that. I had so many questions. Many questions. Have you ever talked to that bartender guy on campus?
Yeah, I have a few times. He doesn't go into details with me. You know, there must be something about you that, you know, makes people open up, maybe. You know, kind of how I'm opening up to you right now.
Yeah. You have been sharing a lot as a counselor. I thought we'd focus more on me.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever, you know, considered dropping this engineering thing and just, you know, going into being a life coach or something? I know an excellent life coach too.
And scene. There we go. Yeah. And that's pretty much how it goes. So how long have you been a life coach, Erica?
2014 is when I graduated. 2014 is when I graduated.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How long is the time period or the class?
The training?
Yeah, the training, sorry.
It's about 2 years, like a year and a half. It goes by hours, and I don't remember how many hours it was. It was about a year and a half.
Nice. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, once you graduated, like, what happens next? Like, now you have the training, you have the certification. What does a life coach do?
Yeah, like how do you get your first I guess
client So we had a Facebook group of all the people who were like training at the same time, so we can help each other out. There was a set a few programs they offered where people would call in or email or what have you and say, hey, I'm going through whatever. I understand you guys have coaches in training. So basically we were doing it for hours, not for charge. So we can practice on them. And then once you build a rapport and relationship with them, you can take them on as a normal client. So that was one avenue. You can just kind of go out, like, I mean, you're now in your own business. So whatever advertising you decide you want to do, websites, you know, giving out business cards, that kind of thing, you could do that too. Or you can become affiliated with them where people were actually contacting them for a coach and they place them with a coach and they take a percentage and you take the other percentage. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it was rough. And this was before Zoom and all that was even a thing. So we were doing teleconferencing, I think is what we were calling it. And it just was kind of messy. And you're trying to do it with Skype or your cell phone. And it just was a little difficult back then. But that's what we had to work with. Trying to have headsets and people, it was interesting because I was doing it in between my day job and insurance. So I try to take some appointments in the morning or in the evening. And I would be drained and I would hear people talk about things that made no sense to me, but you're trying to like be that lifter.
Like what sort of things would people tell you?
I had a guy who he seemed to be just a kid who didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, which is fine. I understand that. But we would ask open-ended questions so that we can kind of get people to figure their own junk out, basically. We just kind of facilitated it. And he just didn't seem motivated to figure it out on his own. And he, you know, living in the basement, I just don't know what I want to do. And, well, what things give you joy? I don't know. And he just didn't give you a lot to work with. But then all of a sudden he switched in about 2 months after training. Was like, I know exactly what I need. I have made a plan and this is what I'm going to do. And I was like, did I do that? Or I mean, I was impressed. I felt really good about myself after that. But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Life coach. I too like to ask a lot of questions and try to get people to solve their own issues.
Yeah, and you realize it's really interesting because you realize at the end of the day you didn't really do much. You just ask, like, you know, I'm mad at my boyfriend. Why are you mad at your boyfriend? Because he did XYZ. Why did that upset you? It upset me because I'm insecure. you've solved their problem. You didn't really do anything. You just asked the right questions and make them say, oh, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is how I need to do to fix it. And then the people are their own motivation. I can't tell you to do something. You have to want to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But group classes are way better because then you can just say something one time and hope people take notes.
We cut to after one of those group sessions. Hey, Mr. Amici.
Hey, what's going on?
I know you don't like to repeat a lot of the stuff that you do in group session, but Tandy was clicking her teeth right around the part where you were talking about the most important thing every human being should do in their life. And I really didn't hear it. So I'm just wondering if there's a way that you can kind of like maybe just email it to me, or you got like a recording or something I can listen to, or, you know, kick Tandy out of the class or something, because I'm sure other people heard the clicking.
Okay, well, wait, hold on a second there. This is a welcoming and inclusive class I offer for everybody who wants to improve themselves, right? And
Yeah.
You just told me you want me to kick Tandy out because she was annoying you a little bit.
I wouldn't call it annoying. I was saying more like interrupting the information that you were giving me. And
you said she was clicking her tongue?
She was clicking her teeth. I don't know if sucking her teeth. I don't know what you call it.
Okay.
I like, as soon as she started doing it, my ears picked it up like radar, and I couldn't focus on anything else but what she was trying to get in and out of her teeth.
Okay. Oh, you know, I know you've mentioned that you struggle with getting things out of your teeth. Is this what this is really about?
I mean, you're right. Like I have to go home and catch an Uber to get something out of my teeth with a toothpick, but this, you know, Tanny could just suck and get the meat right out of her teeth.
Oh, we just had a breakthrough here. Here, have this tissue. You're crying a little bit.
I mean, I don't understand, you know, like popcorn gets stuck in my teeth for weeks.
Right.
He could just suck it out, you know. Thank you, Mr. Dr. Amici. I don't know what I would do if you were in my life, man.
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, you know, we're here to help each other, and you know, I value you as a person, and you know, I'm glad we were able to come to an agreement about what needs to happen here. So, you know, feeling better?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. Just wondering if I can still get that information before I leave. I didn't hear you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. The one thing that people need to improve their lives. Okay, let me write down on the board here again really quickly. So what it is you know, there's something inside of you that sometimes you're not tapping into, and what you need to do is really focus and dig down.
Amici, your car's being towed. You gotta get out of here right now and stop it.
Hold on.
Oh, I gotta go.
Well, no, you can't go. Just finish. Just write it down on the board real quick. Just run out.
Amici, you're taking your car right now.
It's already told. It's already told, dude. I will help you pay the fee. Just write it down. I need to know.
Antoine, finish what I was telling you. You were listening. Finish what I was telling John. I gotta go get my car.
Oh, sure. Oh, what are we doing? We're meaning life?
Yeah,
man.
the most important thing that every human being should do in their life. And
I'll tell you what I feel like the most important thing is being able to get things out of your teeth. Because when he was going over this, Tandy started clicking her teeth. I couldn't hear a thing. All I could think about was like how good she was at getting stuff out of her. I can't do that. I don't even know how to click it. That's why I'm gonna start writing, like clicking teeth. That's what I've been focusing on. I think if I get that will kind of like open the door for me. That's what I'm focusing on. Is that how you felt?
No, I actually felt the opposite. I wanted to hear what Dr. Amici had to say, and all I could hear was the sucking and clicking of the teeth. And I didn't get that information. I thought maybe.
Oh, well, I guess you'll have to talk to him later then, because I didn't hear it either.
Oh, hey guys, you two still here?
Hey, Tanny.
Oh yeah, I just had enough time to run to a Brazilian restaurant. Man, there's so much meat. That Brazilian steakhouse, I tell you what. So what? Oh, I see Dr. Amici has some stuff written there on the board.
Do you want some water or something?
No, I'm great. Absolutely great. Oh yeah, so the meaning, what we should do with our lives. You didn't get that, John?
No, I couldn't hear Dr. Amici because you were doing your sucking of the teeth. So maybe you were the only person that heard what he said because you were still sucking the teeth and listening. It might sound different to you when it's in your mouth, you know?
Oh, I heard everything he said. I pay close attention. I can suck my teeth and think at the same time. I can suck my teeth, think, write, solve math problems, and tie my shoes all at the same time. It's amazing. It's a gift, really.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that interruption. Got my car. Everything's fine. And I also got these cookies for everybody to eat.
Cookies!
So,
Wow.
Yes.
Cookies.
Okay.
and I'm going to go over that most important thing that you can do for your life one more time.
Oh yeah, do it for John.
Awesome.
Do it
Perfect.
again for John. That'd be great.
All right, time to eat your cookie first.
Wait.
Okay.
Before you go, Tandy, can you make sure you get everything out of your teeth?
All right, I'm gonna eat the
Back
cookie.
from the Brazilian steakhouse. We can all eat our cookies right now.
It's a crunchy cookie.
You got any milk? Dr. Amici?
Oh no, I'm fine. I don't.
Wait, is Amici talking?
Yeah, no, my presentation. Okay.
No!
And
I
scene.
asked you not to do that.
And scene.
That's exactly how they go.
It's funny whenever like I kind of like watch or listen to one of those types of classes where they're like, and this is the most important thing you need to know. I was like, why didn't you just start with that? Why did we go for 5 hours before you got to this thing?
No,
If there's anything you go ahead.
I'll tell you what the thing is. In my next lecture, that's going to cost you $299.99 if you sign up right now.
The sell up every time.
That's it. The build up to the sell up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I go over this way more in my weekend session, my weekend seminar, which you can take right now for $1,000, and you can get all of these answers.
Just answer to me now.
The ones that get me, the advertisement that get me are the YouTube guys that, you know, have like the Ferraris and the helicopters in the background. They're like, hey man, I was poor 6 months ago. 3 of the most important rules in your life, all right? After this video is off, you can get all the information that you can ever imagine. And it's like, it just keeps going on and on and on. You never get the information. If you click on the link, it takes you to another video where he's like, hi, I know I didn't finish what I was going to say, but here's more things that I want to talk about before I get to that. You know, like, come on, man. It's like the digital, what do they call it? Timeshares.
Yeah, exactly.
How do they teach that skill? How to draw something out? Like,
Oh yeah, that's a part of your course.
oh really?
You like give them a little bit of bait to get them kind of started. So you give a free course for, I don't want to tell my secrets. No, just kidding. You give a free course first, and then you get people like hooked and say, oh, this is cool. And then after that course, of course, you have to pay for something else. So.
Yeah, that's what drug dealers use, right?
And you get a phone list. That's how you get them. Not a phone list, an email list, so that you can make sure you keep drip feeding them stuff.
Oh man.
Like drug dealers.
Yeah, dosing. Yeah.
Dosing.
You're dosing them a little bit.
That's not what I
do. No. No, don't hate the play, hate the game.
Exactly.
Do you think a person should have like a designated life coach all throughout their lives, like, and just check in periodically? Or should you seek a life coach when you have an issue going on that you need somebody to help you work through?
I think it's per issue. There's no reason to keep that going. I think a therapist is probably better for that.
Okay.
Because usually it's a specific something you're trying to work through. that's not like psychosis or something, so that goes real deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like a sports coach, like you know, like you're a great tennis player, but you still have a coach that you work with and you practice with to keep like at the top of your game. It's like it's more psycho or emotional kind of.
Well, I mean, I guess you could. So for example, I'm not making a plug, but I am gonna be doing something toward the end of the year, helping people to set goals and get very clear on what their goals are and how to reach them. Okay. So something like that, if you have a year path, a year plan, and you have a life coach, you might want to check in monthly to make sure you're on track. But something like that, I mean, that would be the only reason why I would stick with the coach for an extended amount of time.
What is the one thing you need to know about setting a goal?
Setting a goal.
$29.99.
It needs to be clear. It needs to have a time frame. It needs to be attainable.
It's a SMART goal, right? You got the acronym. A SMART goal?
Oh, yeah, all those.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared to give a lecture right now. But
and you don't have to. It's fine.
yeah, people set goals, but they're just like, I want to do this, but then they don't really think about what goes into getting to that point. And so it's just kind of a dream.
All right, we cut to a gymnasium. All right, you maggots. I understand you want a life coach. Well, I'm Coach Star here to coach you through this life. We're going to start with setting some goals. All you maggots set goals for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, coach.
What? Yeah. All right. What's the first thing a goal should be? Anybody got an answer? Did you read the pamphlet? Did you watch my videos?
No. I thought I'd learn it all here.
I tried to watch the video, coach, but my Wi-Fi kept going out.
All right, take a lap. Take a lap. All three of you just run around the gym. I know you're in your work shoes. Take them off. Barefoot. Take. If you don't have tennis shoes, just take off your dress shoes. Take off your socks. Just go ahead and run a lap around here.
Running a lap because he has bad Wi-Fi? That didn't seem right.
What?
I said we're running a lap because he has bad Wi-Fi? That doesn't seem right.
You running a lap because you showed up here unprepared. Take a lap. Let's go.
Okay, that makes sense. They take a lap.
All right. That was good. Pretty good for no socks and shoes. The first thing your goals should be, since you don't know, is clear.
Can we share what? Clean?
Clear.
Oh.
The goals should be clear. I don't like the cut of your jib, boy. What's your name? You
Braille.
Who?
Braille.
All right, Braille. Look, you listen and you follow. All right, I'm the coach. If I ask you a question, you give me the answer, and that's it.
Do you want to hear what my goal is?
You, by yourself, take a lap. Anybody else want to follow Braille's example here? Because I have you running laps all day. You won't get your life together, but you sure will be sweaty and fit.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I don't think we've learned anything from you in these last few weeks, but we're all like in a lot better shape for all the laps we run.
Yeah, imagine that. Well, it was a tough transition for me from high school coach to now life coach. All right, I'm still working a few things out. I know that how perseverance and sticking to things, it really comes from a lot of physical activity. So if I relied a lot on physical activity and instruction, I'm sorry. That's just what I know. All right, I'm hoping to infuse that to help your lives, make your lives better. But I like how you think. What's your name, Maggot?
Clarence.
All right, Clarence. Braille, are you through with running them laps?
Just about.
All right, hurry it up. All right, so your goal should be, so the first thing you should have is a clear goal. What else? Anybody else read anything, watched any of the video? How about you there? Oh, well, yeah, go ahead.
Spicy? Can a goal be spicy?
Push-ups now. Hit the
push-ups.
Give me 10.
Oh, man.
Anybody else in here wanna make jokes? How about you? You haven't said anything down there, sir. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Larry.
All right, Larry. You making jokes, or what do you have to contribute?
Well, I just wanted to say that my goal is actually to be funnier, and I haven't really been getting a lot more of education, and I haven't gotten influenced by you at all since I've been here. And I paid $300 for this course.
Are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you like feedback. I thought like, you know, like you get feedback for a class you take. And I was really ready to recommend this class to all my friends. But, you know, Burrell here just gets beat up on all class, and we get called maggots. And, you know, I'm a 32-year-old man. I can't be called maggot, man.
Sometimes we play dodgeball.
Is that how everybody feels here? Y'all feel like you're not getting nothing out of this? My coaching is substandard?
Well, my goal was to be lighter, and I'm just not sure if I'm any closer to that.
No, I think you're actually putting on muscle, so you're getting heavier, you know?
Well, see, it's not necessarily a weight thing. Like, people seem to think it's a weight thing. It's not like a weight thing. It's like a person thing. Like, I just want to be a lighter person. You know, I feel like I'm heavy sometimes.
Taking off my whistle. Here, take all the notepads and all the pamphlets. This isn't for me. I thought I'd be good at this. You know, I thought the skills would just transfer, but apparently not. I can make you fit. I can make you the state champs of any sport that you want, unless it's volleyball. I hate that sport. But I can't help you get your lives together, but then I'm a failure, and I need to go.
Where are you gonna go, Coach?
I don't know.
I know this really good life coach named Tandy.
You know
She's
Tandy?
So busy I couldn't afford to, you know, but maybe you should check her out.
You know Tandy?
I know
Tandy's like one of the most incredible life coaches. We've got her picture on the wall at the Life Coach Institute. I mean, she's new. She hadn't even been doing it that long.
Really?
Man.
She's at the local college campus if you want to go see her.
Sounds good.
We cut to the coach meeting, standing in the college hallway.
Oh, you look like you need some help there. Who, me? Yeah, what's going on? Wait a minute. You're. That's right. That's right. I'm Tandy. Tandy. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. Well, I don't know. I thought I'd be a good life coach. I used to be a good high school sports coach, but I failed. Who told you you failed, Tandy? I don't know. I mean, the guys complained about my class. They said they weren't learning anything. That's your problem. You listened to the people. You didn't listen to yourself. What'd your heart tell you? My heart told me I was great. Then you're great. You go back over there and you be great with those guys. Don't let them get out of it. I don't care. If you made them fit, you made them whatever, you did it. That's right, I did it. You did it, Tandy. You're amazing. That's right. Wait, you did it, Coach. You're amazing.
That was delightful.
I'm gonna need a life coach after that. Am I together?
I think you already got it. That was delightful.
That gets referred to the therapist. That's when they start.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That was awesome.
I did want to ask, before we actually started recording, you were telling us about your experience being a dance instructor as well in the times of COVID. I was wondering if you can just tell people kind of like what the experience was like and what that kind of did to your profession at that point.
Right. So as a ballroom instructor, obviously we have close contact with people. We're dancing with people, holding hands, talking in their face. which now seems very gross. Um, but yeah, so with the pandemic happening, I mean, we had to shut down for our safety and for everybody else's safety. So we closed our doors. I guess it was 2 months that we had to close our doors. They decided to open the state back up. And they asked us to come back. And I was very hesitant about that. So we're coming back wearing masks. We have face shields, we have gloves, and it just felt very much like dancing is about connection. And we were keeping barriers, and it just didn't feel sincere. It just felt unnatural. There were people who didn't care about the pandemic and didn't want to wear masks. Meanwhile, I'm masked up. Like I just, hand sanitizer and everything. So it was difficult. Still not comfortable with it. So we had to make adjustments. We started doing online classes. We started teaching our dance classes through Zoom, telling people from afar, like couples were the best because at least they could dance together. Getting creative on dance steps with people that were alone because they didn't have anybody to really, dance with. So we became things that we, didn't sign up for, basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds intense.
Yeah.
You said dance is about connection. Do you think there are some people who will never be able to be good at dancing? Like they just will not submit themselves to try to connect with people? Like, have you ever seen that type of person? Or
eventually they do, from what I've seen. I did have one customer who he gave up on himself because he didn't feel like he could do it. Couldn't do anything about that. But with the connection thing, I have a lot of couples that take lessons, whether they're already married or they're about to get married. And what I found to be very interesting in couples is that a lot of times, I'd say 80% of the time, the woman is the dominant one and she takes over. She doesn't listen to anything the guy says. You can start to see what their home dynamics in their dance classes. She can't submit. She can't follow. So he's trying to lead and she's trying to help him lead, and it's just chaos. And then she nitpicks and tells him how bad he is. He's stressed out and he doesn't want to do it anymore. And I'm just like, literally having a whole therapy session in my lessons because I have to let her know that she's doing too much and let him know that he is capable. And I'm trying to pump him up while she's in the bathroom. I've had to separate couples sometimes. So it's crazy.
Wow.
And then when you see them finally figure it out, she finally submits and lets him lead. It's a beautiful thing. But it's the psychology of it is it's really interesting.
So what you're saying is that women need to chill out sometimes and let the man take the lead. That's what you're trying to tell the people.
what you're saying that's what your life coaching is all about?
I'm just gonna have to say yes. I gave an example. One lady, they were going around a corner and she was trying to help him get around the corner, but they were kicking each other. And I said, whatever her name is, Amy, what were you doing? Oh, I'm trying to help. And your helping is doing what? Oh, it's messing him up. You probably do that at home too. He's trying to be a man. You're taking over. So, yeah.
Spicy. It was just spicy.
Spicy.
We cut to a dance class. Now hold up. Stop here. All right, Dimitri, Tandy. Let's look at what's going on here. Tandy, what was happening there? What was going wrong?
I was trying to help him. I was trying to help guide him to follow the instructions you gave us.
Yep. But I gave those instructions to Amici, right, Amici?
Right.
Yeah, I think we can see what's going on here. There's trouble at home.
What?
This is clearly how it works in your home life.
Oh, no. I think we're just having trouble with the steps.
Yeah, I was just trying to help him. He sometimes doesn't, sometimes if I just restate what someone has said, he can understand it a little bit better. That's all. I was just trying to help.
Yeah, sometimes I zone out and I'm not listening to the instructor's words. Yeah. She repeats it because she knows what I'm like, and it's very helpful, and I appreciate it,
Is that how you feel, Amici? Is that how you feel when she is telling you time and time again that you got the chores wrong, that you didn't clean the dishes right, that the rug isn't properly swept, because I noticed what she says to you.
Wow.
Whoa. That's not our relationship. Oh, we have a maid service that cleans our house, so
Yeah.
that's not us.
That's not what the dance is showing me, and that's the language I speak. Now, someone is being dishonest here. Either your dancing is dishonest or you are dishonest. I need you guys to take this outside and talk amongst yourselves and come back to me when you're aligned.
Okay.
I know Groupon had lots of specials. How'd you find this guy again?
I got an email from just some place, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
It was a good deal, yeah.
He's really intense. I mean, I think he's like, maybe he's projecting his own
marriage.
Yeah, onto what's going on with us.
Yeah, because we're rock solid. I don't, we don't have any issues like that.
None whatsoever. Yeah. We were just doing this as another activity to add to all the
they do together, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The instructor sent me out here to tell you that he thinks your energy is really off and that you guys should not be arguing in front of his establishment like you do at home.
Oh,
see you come in and actually talk in the back.
We're actually agreeing with each other. Yeah.
Well, that's not the language he understands. So can you follow me into the back room? He wants to have a special session with you guys.
Okay, that's, fine.
They go into the back room. They start, he instructs them to start dancing. They dance a little bit and still kind of clunky. All right, hold up, stop. Uh-huh. You guys are still not aligned. I can tell there's still a problem. One of you went to Barbados and came back different and didn't tell the other person. What happened in Barbados? Right? Even though he asked 7 times throughout the course of 3 months, you never told him the true story. And now it's coming out in the dance.
Okay, we've never been to Barbados. So.
Neither of us.
And that's not what the dance is showing me.
What? I'm sorry. What? Where were you trained? I mean, what do you mean the dance is telling you? Who are you? How can you infer all of this stuff from a dance?
How do you not? It's as clear as day. You guys aren't communicating. You haven't been out on a solid date in years. The bed is colder than ever. I cook by myself. I mean, you cook by yourself.
Wait a minute. You just said you. Wait.
Excuse me. You have a phone call. It's the lady, sir.
Oh, I have to take this. But practice the steps again. Practice the steps.
Okay, he's definitely projecting. He said, he's talking about himself there for a little bit.
Yes, I think so. Barbados, all of these details have nothing to do with us.
Hey.
Yeah.
Y'all want to know something?
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy just got out of 5 marriages, man. And
Insane.
Nice.
And then speaking of relationships, Erica, you just wrote a book about relationships, right?
Oh.
Well, not necessarily romantic, but
yeah. Right.
Yes. I during the quarantine, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I came up with a book. It's called My Story, My Words. And the premise of it is, well, let me tell you a little bit of a background story so that makes sense. A friend of mine her father was battling Alzheimer's. And I saw how quickly his mind really deteriorated. I mean, like within a year. And I remember her telling me how she was concerned about him, maybe not remembering who she is at some point, because it was definitely going to come to that point. Meanwhile, my dad is writing a memoir, like everything he can remember from birth. So I almost felt guilty because I felt like I had something tangible to remember my dad by. Her dad was losing his memories. So I just was kind of going back and forth with what could I do for people in those situations to help something tangible to be able to keep memories of their loved ones. I don't know, 4 or 5 years went by, and then here comes the pandemic. I just got this idea to write a book regarding that. So I created a guided It's a guided journal, meaning there's prompts. So you get like a sentence to get, a question and you answer it, just write free. So it's geared towards, I have moms to sons and daughters. I have dads to sons and daughters, and then I have grandparents to grandchildren. So right now I have 4 that are out, and I'm working on fathers right now. So it's called My Story, My Words, Love Mom, or My Story, My Words, Love Dad. So it's a gift from your dad. He fills everything out, and he gives it to you as a gift.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I realized too in all this, thinking about my friend and her dad, my own dad, my mom, I talk to her all the time, but I realized I don't really know her outside of being my mother. Like, who is she before that? Like, what does she think about, that kind of stuff? So, it was kind of, I got it done really quickly because I want her to fill it out for me. And then, we're at this age, I don't know about y'all, but my peers their parents are, it's about that time. So I just wanted to do something like that for people to have something.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And that's actually something I was thinking about not too long ago. A way to record your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, because like you said, when you're a parent, you get seen through the lenses of being a parent. You don't really know who they were before they were a parent, what they like to do for fun, and how they viewed the world and all this stuff, and how their views changed over time.
Yeah.
Like they can give that to you one-on-ones, but I think there's a certain I don't know, I think there's something very interesting about capturing it in real time as it happens. So documenting your life as you go, I think would be great. And this book sounds like a kind of a great way to kind of get that started.
Yeah, and it opens up dialogue. I mean, if she gives it to you or he gives it to you, and you have a chance to read it at that moment, you can talk about, hey, what do you mean right here? And maybe conversations you probably wouldn't have had before. Or let's say you have an elderly parent that maybe can't write at this point. You go visit them at, their retirement home or something. That's a sit down conversation. Hey, let's go through this book together, and just bonding time. So just kind of whatever you want to use it for. I just wanted to at least have, some avenue, and you can kind of go with it the way you want to.
And one more time, what's the name of the book?
It's called My Story, My Words, Love Mom, or Love Dad, or Love Grandma.
We cut to a father and son having a conversation. Get in here, Antoine.
Oh, yeah. What's going on?
Now your mother's in there. She's been crying all night because you're getting ready to go to college, and this was the perfect time for me to come in here and share a little bit of my college stories with you. Maybe get you, get excited about the experience you're about to go on.
Sure. Yeah, I can take a break from packing. That's fine.
All right. So nice to sit down with your old man from time to time. Back in my day, before I was your father, I was out there, man. I didn't think I was going to come back.
I don't know what that means.
I was really out there, son. I had joined the cult. I had shaved my hair, my eyebrows. I was drinking nothing but peanut water. Oh my God. I thought that life was going to be the rest of my days.
Was that in college, Dad?
I was on the way to college. My father was having this conversation with me, and on the way there, I stopped to get some gas, and I got caught up in this cult and ended up having 5 wives. I couldn't get out of it. And
did you get kidnapped? That sounds crazy.
They don't call it kidnapping. They call it adopting. They were adopting me, and yeah.
How come you never mentioned this before? Like, this sounds like it had a huge impact. Is that why you don't allow peanuts in the house?
That's why I don't like peanuts in the house. It's not because we have been peanut allergies, son. It's because I drank so much peanut water at that cold. Every time I think about it, it makes my stomach twirl. I know there's a lot.
It's a lot.
I go to college. I'm just let this be a cautionary tale about what your old man used to go through before I became who I am today. Your father.
Okay. Well, what happened at the get?
Talking to his grandfather. Now, grandson, I know you're about to head up to college.
Mm-hmm. Almost done packing.
Almost unpacking?
Yep.
Take a break for a minute. Let me talk to you about a few things.
Sure.
I was once a young man about around your age. Now I went off to college, and it was my first time out in the world, and nobody else really knows this, but I was adopted by a cult on my way to college.
What? On your way to college?
On my way to college, yeah.
It sounds like kidnapping Grandpa, and it sounds like what happened to Dad.
Call it adopted. Let me finish. Before you bring your dad into it. Your dad doesn't know about this. I was living it's a really weird life. I thought I was gonna be stuck in for forever, but I eventually got out of it. But shaved my head, drank a lot of peanut water, did a lot of laps, did a lot of running.
Is that why you don't allow running shoes or hair clippers in the house?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. But I eventually found my way out, and eventually went to college and met your grandmother, and
The same exact thing happened to Dad. Like, I feel like you should have told him this at some point, especially after it happened.
We cut to Antoine being driven to the airport by his mother. I'm not gonna cry anymore, all right? You are on your way to college, okay?
Yeah, can we not stop anywhere if that's okay?
As a matter of fact, I do need to pull over because I got to tell you something. I haven't had a chance to talk to you about my time.
I mean, I think you can talk and drive. I think that's probably fine.
No, because I have to focus, and I don't want it to upset me any more than I'm already upset. Okay. I was young like you, on my way to college. My mother was driving me just like I'm driving you. And I was so excited, and she pulled over to stop and tell me something about her life. And this man just opened up my door, and he adopted me into a cult. And I was there, and your father doesn't know this, but I was married 5 times before I married him. It was something it was in the cult, they just liked for men to marry 5 women, and there weren't that many women in the cult. So I ended up being married 5 times before I even met your father and got married.
What was the name of this cult?
It was called Life Coaching Anonymous. Okay, they thought that if they helped guide your life, help you develop clear goals, and sift through all your junk, that life would be really good for you. And I mean, it wasn't, but I made a lot of money selling peanut water, though. Amazingly, people drank that stuff. It doesn't sound like it's very good, but it was a good, had some good nutritional value.
Mom, this is insane. The whole family has been in a cult that sounded very similar. Like, this can't be a coincidence. There has to be something uniting us here. Am I going to get kidnapped? I'm not even going to say adopted. I'm not going to say it. Am I going to get kidnapped, Mom? You got to tell me now.
I don't know. I mean, none of us knew what was going to happen. I didn't know those things about your father and grandfather until you told me. We didn't really talk about it. All right, I'm just going to drive you over to the airport now. I can pull over.
Hey, there's a couple dancing in front of the car.
Oh gosh, yeah. They don't look like they're in tune with one another. What's going on with them?
I'm gonna get out and ask him to move.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
And then he got adopted into a cult. And that is a Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Erica, for being a special guest. Can you let the people know where they can find out more about you?
Yes, you can follow me on social media. My Instagram page is actually it's mystory.mywords.journal. And then Facebook is just going to be Erica J. Pierce. J like James. Erica J. Pierce.
Awesome. Check her out, follow her, and get that journal.
Mm-hmm.
Make those memories for your children, for your family. And if you want to follow us on social media, it's CTUNImprov, all your favorite places. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's YouTube, CTUNImprov, CTUNimprov.com, and then the Mockingbird Network for the podcast episodes. And you can listen to it air live on 92KLZ. Check it out there every Wednesday at 7. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything?
Oh.
No, well then we'll wrap it up right on here then. For Tandy, for Amishi, for John, for myself, and for Erica, thank you again for being a guest. That is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. We are out.